What if the key to unlocking your true purpose wasn't about looking forward, but looking back? Today, we're going to dive into Robert Greene's incredible process for finding your life's path. And it all starts with unearthing the person you were before the world told you who to be. You know that feeling, right? In a world with just infinite options, it's so easy to feel completely lost at sea, like you don't have an internal compass to guide you. Greene says this is one of the most common problems we face. And that feeling, that sense that you're just a passenger in your own life, it's absolutely miserable. But here's the good news. Greene says there's a way out. He lays out a process to reclaim that power and find a really deep sense of direction, something he calls your life's task. So where do we even begin? Well, it's not with some 5-year plan or a fancy job title. Greene's first step is actually pretty radical. You have to dig backward. Seriously, think of it like an archaeological dig for your true self. It's a quest to find the person you were before everyone else had an opinion. See, his core idea is that you are a unique phenomenon. Your DNA, your life experiences, that combination has never happened before, and it will never happen again. So the secret to a fulfilling life isn't trying to become someone else. It's rediscovering your own uniqueness, that grain in your brain that's been there all along. That's where your real power is hiding. Think back to when you were a kid. You knew exactly what you loved and what you hated, right? Greene calls these your impulse voices. But as we grow up, the voices of our parents, our teachers, our friends, they start to get a lot louder, and our own inner voice just gets quieter and quieter. Okay, so how do we find that voice again? It's not lost forever. Greene gives us a clear step-by-step process to unearth what's been there the whole time. So step 1. What were you obsessed with as a kid? For Greene himself, it was words. For a young Albert Einstein, it was a compass and the invisible forces that made it work. These childhood fascinations, they're not random. They're powerful clues to your true nature. You know, we're often taught to think of intelligence in this really narrow way, but there are so many forms of it. Are you a words person, a people person? Do you think with your body? The key is to lean into your natural strengths because that's where you're going to find your power. And this connection to your purpose, it's not just a thought in your head, it's a feeling in your body. It's that physical sensation of delight, that full body yes that tells you, without a doubt, that you're on the right track. All right, so let's say you've found your direction. Now what? Well, now you have to go out and navigate the social world. And to do that successfully, you really need to understand the language of power. Now, when we hear the word power, we often think of something kinda dark, right? Manipulative. But Greene completely flips that idea on its head. For him, power isn't about controlling other people. It's about controlling your own life and defending yourself from those who would try to control you. I mean, let's be honest. Most of us, like 95% of us, we aren't trying to manipulate everyone we meet. But we all have to deal with things like office politics and tricky social games. So learning the dynamics of power isn't about becoming a shark. It's about learning how to swim with them so you don't get bitten. And this deep self-knowledge, it isn't just for your career. It's also the key to one of the most important decisions you'll ever make in your entire life: choosing a partner. So what do you look for in a partner? Good looks? A good job? A nice car? We're all taught to look for these things, to have this kind of checklist. But according to Greene, this superficial stuff has almost nothing to do with what actually creates a deep, lasting connection. Instead of that checklist, he says we should be looking for a convergence of character. What does that mean? It means finding someone whose soul just resonates with yours, someone whose core values and fundamental nature are in harmony with your own. So how do you find this convergence of character? You look for alignment on the big things, the things that show you who a person really is deep down. For Greene, it was as simple as watching how his date reacted to his cat. That shared love for animals was a sign of a much, much deeper connection. So, what's the one skill that ties all of this together? The one thing that helps you find your purpose, navigate the world, and build those deep connections? This might sound a little crazy, but we're all taught to fear anxiety, to see it as a weakness or something to get rid of. Greene says that's a huge mistake. Anxiety isn't a bug in your system, it's a feature. It's your brain's built-in alarm telling you, hey, slow down, pay attention, and think about this more deeply. This gives you a choice. You can do what he calls dead thinking, which is just recycling the same old ideas over and over. Or you can do alive thinking. That's when you actually embrace the anxiety, you wrestle with the problem, and you push through to a truly original and powerful idea. That right there, that's the engine of all creativity. And hey, if you've ever felt like the creative process is a total struggle, you are not alone. Even a master like Robert Greene says that for him, it's 95% pain and anxiety. But that little 5% of joy, that incredible feeling of accomplishment, that's what makes it all worthwhile. And it only comes from pushing through the hard part. So, what's the one thing you should take away from all this? It's that your original, authentic voice is still inside you. It's been there all along, just waiting for you to quiet the noise of the world and finally listen to it. So, my question for you is, what are you waiting for?